My name is Lynn and this is Lucy. We are from Northern Ireland. Lucy is 9 years old now, and when she was 5 she was diagnosed with Ewing sarcoma. Lucy was diagnosed, we went into hospital purely thinking Lucy was just constipated. Thought we'll get something sorted for this and we'll head home. When we went to hospital, Lucy actually was okay that way then, and we thought, great, we'll get home, that's us done. By the next morning, Lucy couldn't move her legs at all from the waist down, and we were sent from Derry Hospital to Belfast. They did an MRI on the Sunday, and while she was under anaesthetic and still down in MRI, they come and got me and my husband, and they said that Lucy had a massive tumour in her back. And she had no pain, no issues, no nothing. Was a normal 5-year-old girl running about. So that was very, very quick diagnosis, because obviously her wee legs had stopped working. So really just 3 weeks of constipation, and then right into being told she had a tumour. We were told then officially that it was cancer a few weeks after obviously the testing that was done, but we knew she had a tumour straight away. It was surreal. Whenever Lucy was taken into hospital for constipation, we just thought, yeah, I thought it was just solely going to be constipation. But her daddy always said, no, it's something else. It's something else, But you wouldn't think that just solely that was the one. She was squealing at night time. Whenever she woke up at night time, she was squealing with pain, and I just thought it was because she was constipated. But I've since found out that because it's Ewing sarcoma, sarcoma cancers, they can present with pain in the night time mainly. Don't know why that is, but so when you look back, you say, well, that's why she was in pain. And because she's 5, she obviously wasn't able to tell me where she had the pain or what it was. So yeah. Lucy's initial treatment was undertaken in Belfast, and we were to start her chemos. So she was to do 9 rounds of chemo, then go to England, out to Birmingham for surgery on her back, and then come back to Ireland, back to Belfast, and do another 4 rounds. When we were in England, Lucy's first surgery was successful. They did remove all of her cancer. They replaced 3 of her vertebrae with 2 of her ribs. It was more than expected. We didn't expect for 3 of her vertebrae to be affected. We just thought it was a little bit of the bone, but when he got in, and then whatever was holding her back in place at that stage failed. 2.5 weeks later, we were walking about for 2.5 weeks with an unsteady spinal cord, which we didn't know. And we got back in, got another surgery, and from that then we stayed in England because she was in too much pain to come home. So we did 4 more chemos in Birmingham, and then we moved in to Manchester for proton beam therapy. We were supposed to originally go to Germany, but when Lucy was getting prepped for her second surgery here in England, I had said to her surgeon, is there any chance she can go to Manchester rather than Germany, just so it should be less travelling for her. So he put it forward to the Christie, and they were brilliant. The Christie is a massive place and it's beautiful. So yeah.
It kind of made me feel like that I was weird, like I was different from all the other children, and that I was kind of alone. I feel more free, like I am more confident in the way I speak and in making new friends and meeting new people.
Lucy's advice for the children is, what is it?
That sometimes times may get tough, but there is people at the hospital that you can talk to about it, and even if you don't trust them, you can always talk to your friends or your family or your mom and dad about it.
And another thing too, Lucy said about the kids, don't worry about it. Cancer's tough, yes, but kids are tougher. And also, your house will become a toy store. You will get to eat sweets as many times as you want because your sugar levels need to be brought up. And what else? Or you'll get waited on hand and foot. that was Lucy's. Trust the doctors would be another thing I would say whenever you are going. Sometimes, yes, ask for your second, your third, whatever opinion. But when Lucy was going on her journey, we had not just our doctors in Belfast, it was a whole big team. Anything that Lucy had to get done, it was brought to the team. It was brought, so there was people from Germany, from America, from England. It was all different consultations, it was going around the best treatment. Like, obviously they want to save every single child and every single adult. So I just trust the surgeons and trust your doctors. They have experience in it, so.
Awareness needs to be known. You need to know about it so you can think of more cures for it.
Yes. I feel that the trials and the testing and everything else is desperately important. If we don't have enough information on how to treat these cancers, we're not going to go forward. We're still going to be treating the children with the same drugs that we have been for 40 years. So the more testing we do, the more samplings we get, it helps improve things. It means that children don't have to go underneath so much like drugs that potentially does so much harm later on in life. But at the time you need to kill the cancer, and unfortunately it kills everything else. But we have a strong girl here, and she's made it this far, and I'm sure she'll make it a lot further as well. So the Bone Cancer Research Trust, we just come across it on Facebook. Didn't know about it. I do know that there's cancer research, but the actual physical bone cancer research team. So there was a advertisement on Facebook for the story time at Christmas time. So I signed Lucy up for it. She got a wee book sent and she did a wee story time, and it was lovely. We actually were on our way back from Belfast from an ultrasound on her bladder because we were querying something, and it was okay. We were still okay. We got results from her MRI that was done a few weeks previous, and we were so excited that she was still cancer free and her scarring and her wee lung was still stable. We read the book in the car park, because we were just on our way home from Belfast. We then went on to do the story time with Tara, which was lovely, and then one night Lucy didn't want to listen to a story reading, so myself, Lucy, Joe, Tara, and I think Vina was there that night as well.
I thought that one-on-one session would be bad and I wouldn't like it, but it's actually boosted my confidence.
It's boosted her confidence. So chatting to Tara and all, it's because they get where Lucy's coming from, because they're chatting to other children who's had cancer. And the story time isn't about your cancer, but they're there to chat about it if you want to. And Lucy never really wanted to chat much about it, and she's loving coming here. She's proud of her scars. She wants to show them off. She had a wee dress and she says, I'll just wear this tomorrow. The Bone Cancer Trust, and also too, we've done like the virtual cuppa. I just started that on a Wednesday, which is great support. There's one of the ladies there, and we were out chatting today, and she got emotional with the things, and it's like them even though they're just on the computer. So it's been a great help. It's been amazing for you, hasn't it, Lucy? It's got you more, as you say, more confidence, and just, yes, this is me, I'm Lucy, I had cancer, but I'm stronger than it.
And I honestly think that the bone cancer research is good because, again, you can find more ways to cure cancer and it'll be better, so there's no side effects and you probably don't have to go for MRIs every couple of months.
Yeah, the treatment, so that's what it's all about, isn't it? About getting better treatments. And bone cancer is quite rare, so the more research is done to it, the better.
And I also feel like the children that goes into cancer, I feel like the ones that lose their hair loses their confidence as well, unless they're really, really young.
Yeah, and they don't understand.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how many years she'll be from treatment, she'll always have that listening ear there. She'll always have the people fighting for the cures and, making it better for anybody that has cancer. And the story time, I think, would be brilliant for any child at any stage of their treatment, because even if they're on chemo, they can lie and watch it on their computer, and it takes them away from, you know, that crazy world of cancer. It's just a lovely story time. So yeah, and even the Wednesday cuppa for mummies or daddies or aunties or uncles or whatever, anybody can join it. So it's great. It's a positive out of like all the darkness of cancer. So yeah. Are we Team Bones? Yeah, Team Bones.